How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be talking about some items or unlocks that are worth investing into for non-PVM related things. Of course, these items could still have some use in PVM, but the main focus of this was to look at some stuff that is still worth getting and try and keep away from the this is all about PVM sort of thing. So I put this question out on my YouTube community section and I asked for your guys' ideas on the items and why you chose that item. So in this video we will be going through those comments, finding some useful items from those, and then talking about exactly what benefits these could have for each player, and hopefully this helps out quite a few people looking to get any improvements and stuff whatsoever, and who knows, we may all learn something new. Anyway, of course, if you do enjoy the video, do leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and let's go. Alright, so our first comment says, a lot of the area task items are worth the time to obtain. They offer various effects useful for any player. For example, the Wilderness Sword offers many teleports in and out of the wilderness, or the Mauritania legs that offer buffed barrows chests, the chance of more blood runes when rune crafting, and removing the need for a ghost speak amulet, which can be very useful for questers. These are actually really good, and of course, while these are not like coin investments, you will have to invest a bit of time into actually unlocking these, but they are definitely worth it in all honesty. Even though I don't have them, for anyone who actually has more use from anything in the game except for just killing bosses and then logging off like me, these will be pretty useful because, like he says, there's a lot of different benefits from it. The Wilderness Sword comes in very handy for a hell of a lot of things. I believe even for farming as well, finding the Hellfire Bow if you do want to be able to use that, and just a few other things as well. And I honestly cannot count the amount of times I've had to go back and get my Ghost Speak amulet again for God knows whatever reason. I seem to always clear it out of my bank, maybe. I don't understand why, but the amount of times I've had to go and get another one is just ridiculous. The Wilderness Sword, though, once you upgrade this to Wilderness Sword 4, even like 3 and 2 would give you a lot of benefits too, but there is so many benefits from this thing, and honestly, if you get it nice and early on, you will find yourself using this all the time. Some of the benefits work just directly from the bank. You don't have to even have it with you. These would be the sort of things like increasing the chance of obtaining Ancient Warriors equipment from killing Revenants. So if you're trying to get things like the Revenant's log done, having this gives you a 5% chance of actually getting that, getting a drop from those, and that's probably going to be pretty huge considering how many Revenants you will need to kill to be able to get that log completed. There are also some other passive effects, such as being able to unnote items from the guy near the Chaos Temple and making the Wilderness Lodestone teleport into a quick teleport. Always, you don't need to use any Viswax for it, it will just always be a quick teleport, which is pretty convenient. Then of course there's some perks on this thing that will actually require you to have this in your inventory or be equipping it, of course, such as having Searing Ashes from the Wilderness actually always be noted when they drop. There are quite a few other awesome benefits from this that you could actually get, and it's definitely worth unlocking this for. So what I'll do is I'll link the actual wiki page to this and the table of all the benefits and stuff in the description below, and then that way if you want to check this out and see whether you think it's worth you unlocking, because it definitely is, there'll be a quick easy link for you to find there and take you directly to where you need to be. This next comment is probably going to be for mostly cluescapers, but it's going to be pretty useful for other people too. So this person says, Passage of the Abyss for Teleportation Jewelry. Probably mostly for cluescape, but man is this nice for quests if you know all the teleports. High upfront cost and basically zero upkeep costs for teleports to get you anywhere instantly. Each teleport is far cheaper than quick tellies. So this does cost quite a bit of money, like he says. It's around about 83 mil, so it isn't one of the cheapest things in the game. But what you can do with it is you can actually add teleportation jewelry to this, but you do have to add quite a lot. So for example, if you wanted to add a glory to this, you would need to add a total of 400 charges, which means you would need to do a total of 100 fully charged Amulet of Glories. But once you've done this, you can also add up to another 5 items for a total of 6, and then you can just recharge this whole thing with fortunate components. So for 500 more teleports recharge on it, you can use 1 fortunate component, bringing the cost of teleporting to around about 3k per teleport, which is pretty good considering there's quite a lot of places that if you just use the jewelry, it definitely can cost a little bit more. That being said though, this is just mainly for the convenience, right? You've got 6 jewelry things all in one slot, and you literally can just activate that whenever you want to and recharge it nice and easily. So like he said, this is pretty damn expensive, but for example, if I was now wanting to go ahead and get my quest cape, which is, let's be honest, just a little bit of a joke, that's not going to happen anytime soon, but if I was going to do that, it could actually be pretty damn useful to get one of these, because like he says, it's really useful for quests if you know where all the teleport locations are going, but like being able to just get around the place nice and easy and save yourself a lot of time, I would probably actually buy one of these if I was going to go for the quest cape, because 85 mil and then plus all the jewelry and stuff really would probably be worth it for me to be able to save the time on actually getting through the quest quickly. So for anyone who is looking to go for the Questscape or anything like that, if you don't have one of these, maybe worth looking into this and investing into one of these and adding all the right teleports, the most convenient teleports to where you want to go to save yourself quite a bit of time. I didn't know about this item for the longest time. I don't do clues or anything like that, so it's not something I would have picked up. But when I found out about this a little while ago, I was actually quite surprised. So I'm interested, how many of you guys didn't know about the Passage of the Abyss? Because I feel like it's a very niche item for like cluescapers, and then outside of that, it kind of probably won't be known by a hell of a lot of people. For this next one, we are going to be grabbing our Grace of the Elves out of the bank, but that is not the item or the thing we're going to invest in that I'm going to be talking about. We're going to head and just use this to the Invention Guild, basically. So what we're talking about in this is the comment says the Alchemizers in the Invention Guild are incredibly useful, and having 2 of these can actually be incredibly good because it can get you, you can put all your salvage and stuff in here and make yourself a good bit of money quite passively, but you also get more than if you just sold it on the Grand Exchange. So as you can see here, I have an Alchemizer 2 on this side, and then I have an Alchemizer 2 on this side. They're probably both empty, knowing me. Yes, they are. I've probably come and collected that recently, and I've not put anything else back in. But if you grab yourself the alchebles from your bank, you can chuck those in there and it will alch them for you as long as you added in the runes and stuff. So if I grab myself out of here a few alchable things, for example my staffs, wait, let's transfer all of these, grab all of the staffs, and if I just write in salvage, for example, we can grab out this salvage here and we can put all that in. You can have 3 things in each, so we can get another few things out of here. And even though there wasn't really much stuff to alch, that's probably why my stuff is empty, to be fair, you can chuck all this in here and it will do that for you. So if you come here, you can put those in and these, and then you can just wait and it will high alch all that stuff for you. In 9 hours and 50 minutes, that one will be done. And then you can do the same here with this stuff, and that'll be 1 hour and 50 minutes because there's not that much in there. And all you need to do is add nature runes to these, and then add the divine charges to this, and they'll just go. They'll just convert that into coins for you. I'm not sure if there's any in here. No, not yet. But yeah, they'll just convert all that into coins for you. They'll do that while you sleep, while you logged off or anything. You don't have to be logged in for it to be doing it. So it's nice and it's a nice and easy way just to get that extra bit of money. And then of course, when you are running low on money, you can go, oh wait, has my Alchemizer got anything? You come back, you check it here, and you find yourself a nice like 20 mil in this one, and you come over to this one and you find yourself, knowing me, nothing. But you know, it is pretty good, and I would recommend unlocking these and getting these done, because you can use these to turn a bit of profit if you can buy the alchebles low as well. But also anyone who's doing Slayer, anyone who's doing anything that's going to get you some alchebles, you can pop these in here, and it's definitely 100% worth having these available. The next comment says, Brooch of the Gods with the ability to store urns as a way to passively get extra experience without banking, plus getting components while doing skills is great. And the extra chance for portable effects to increase happening is great for making more money or saving money. So the Brooch of the Gods is something that I get told about quite a lot in DMs. People message me saying they found money making methods that the Brooch of the Gods is like absolutely required for, and it can do really good on making like a good amount of money per hour. But of course, this is another expensive item. It's not cheap whatsoever, but it is going to be useful in a lot of situations, just as Fatboy has said. Now, for any of you guys that are just listening in the background and not watching, this is actually his name on YouTube. I'm not just being a bully, so just wanted to make that very clear. But yeah, this item is pretty damn expensive. It is 200 million GP at the moment. It goes up and down between like 180 by the look of it and 200 mil. But there's a reason it's so expensive. It can make you a good amount of money, it can save you a good amount of money, and it has a lot of uses, especially for you guys that are going for like past 99s and you're going further than that. It is going to have a lot of use for you there as well, because like it says in the comment, this is going to increase the actual effectiveness of portables. So if you are making potions, for example, as you may know already, when you use a portable well to make potions, you have a chance at making an extra potion and saving the resources that you didn't have to use. So you can actually make yourself a bit of extra money this way. Using the Brooch of the Gods increases this effect, meaning that you can end up making a lot more potions than what you actually would have done in the first place. For example, if you made a 1000 stack of summoning potions, if you use the Brooch of the Gods and a portable well, you could end up with a lot more than just the 1000 potions, which of course becomes like pure profit at that point, because you've used the supplies, you've gained your little bit of profit margin from the normal ones, but then all the extra ones that you have made are just pure profit margin. That being said, you can also store up to 1000 of each decorated urn into these, which means that you can get the extra like experience from them that you normally get from urns as you do your skilling without having to fill your inventory up with decorated urns. So for anyone who is going for like the 200 mil XPs and the 120s and stuff in all the skills, this is probably going to be an investment that you will want to get, because it's just something that it just helps way too much, right? It's just too good. And then finally, it does provide an effect while you are skilling called the Divine Blessing. This is kind of like a Seren Spirit, except it's like a yellow orb, and you click on this yellow orb and you do get a chance of getting invention components, which is pretty damn good. Like, think of this as a scavenging 4, but for skilling, not for PVM, not for Slayer or anything like that, just for skilling. You're stood there, this appears, you click on it, and you get yourself some invention components, and you can get rare ones as well. So definitely something that is going to pay off in so many ways. And I think 200 mil is a pretty fair price for this. It's very expensive, very, very expensive, but for what it provides, I'm not too surprised. Okay, final item for this video is going to be with the last comment that says, the ancient runic ritual shard for unlimited prayer points. It makes superheat form last forever. So they did actually say ancient level ritual shard, but I'm gonna just assume that they're probably on their phone and it probably got auto corrected, and it's just annoying as hell. So I know what you meant, so we'll just go with that. But basically, the ancient runic ritual shard is something you can just buy from the Grand Exchange, or you can get it from, I believe, killing the things in the Solak area, the Lost Grove. Basically, this is kind of an Excalibur, but for your prayer points rather than your health points. What it will do is it will restore prayer points over time, and you can use it every 5 minutes. It does not share a cooldown with the enhanced Excalibur, so you can use them both at the same time, and they do not put each other on cooldown. So this is incredibly useful, and of course you don't have to use it in PVM only. You can use this at any time you want. And now that we have the curses that actually give you skilling bonuses, such as the superheat form that this person mentioned, which will give you the effect of burning logs whenever you cut them. It speeds up smithing, and also when you are smithing an item that requires you to heat it back up, a low to medium heat item will actually act as a medium to high item, meaning that it just makes life that much easier. When using these prayers, if you have an ancient elven ritual shard, that's so freaking hard to say. If you have one of those in your inventory, you can activate this, and it should do enough to cover all of the prayer points you need without taking any sort of prayer restore potions whatsoever. So of course, having one of these can save you a lot of inventory space when you are doing any sort of skilling that it does work with. But of course, it's not going to just be inventory space that you are saving, because in the long run, if you're not having to use any potions, you are going to be saving yourself some money as well, as restore flasks or prayer potions or even prayer renewals would have cost you a bit of GP. So the ancient elven ritual shard, yeah, one of those will cost you around about a massive, huge amount of GP of 6 million GP. These are worth it. These are absolutely worth it. They have gone up and down. I think about 3 weeks ago, they were 10 mil, but they're not crazy in price, and they are definitely worth grabbing one. They are useful in PVM as well, for you guys that like to get like a double use out of your items, so you will be able to use them there as well, of course, to save yourself some prayer potions, keep your prayer higher, and like I say, these are incredibly useful in skilling too. So thank you very much for this comment. I definitely would have 100% forgotten about this, so it is great that you've included it, and I think it's definitely an item that most people will want to pick up. For 6 mil, can't really go wrong. Anyway guys, that brings us to the end of the video. That is the last comment we're going to go through for this. A lot of the other ones were mentioning things like Grace of the Elves, but we did mention that in a past video not too long ago, so I didn't want to mention those sort of things again, as I don't like repeating the same things over and over again, as I feel like it then adds less value to a majority of you guys watching that watch all the videos that do go up. So if there's any items that weren't mentioned in here, don't panic and think that I'm saying they're not good and they're not like worth doing, and like, why did he mention this and that? I've probably just mentioned it recently in the past video, and personally I just don't want to keep re-mentioning the same things. So I want to say thank you to everybody that did comment. It does help out a lot, like it really does. It saves me the time of researching these things. But also there's a lot of stuff in the game that if I don't do non-PVM stuff, it makes my life a lot easier, and then I'll look that item up and I'll do the research on it specifically for the actual video before I talk about it. So it does help out a lot, and I very much do appreciate that. But not only that, it's good to see you guys getting involved in the video, and I do like involving you all in the video, having the community questions stuff that we do here. It's like one of my favorite video types to do, because I like getting you all involved. As you can probably tell from some other content as well, it's a big part of YouTube for me, getting you all like part of the channel and stuff. It's absolutely great, and I love it. But anyway, thank you so much to the channel members that do provide the extra support each and every day. Your names have been on screen at some point, I'm sure. If this video did help you all out, then do leave a like on it. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. But otherwise, thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you all in the next one. See you later, guys. Bye.